Hey, it's Josh, and you're listening to The Other Show. Spencer, do you know what is the worst?
I-15 rush hour?
Well, yes, absolutely. But it's specifically when you're driving along on the freeway and you get behind one of those trucks. Like specifically one of those dump trucks, right?
Oh, yeah.
And before you can get out from behind that dump truck, one of those rocks from the back of the truck slings up, hits your windshield, and boom, you got a chip, right? I absolutely hate it. Now, if you're like me, you watch that chip gradually grow from a little chip to a whole long crack that just goes along that whole windshield. I hate it. I hate dealing with it. I hate looking at it. It's just such a hassle.
Luckily, you can use our friends at Ashby Agency and Associates. They're backed by American Family Insurance, and they can help you with that crack.
Thank you.
AmFam offers $0 comprehensible deductibles, which means there's no out-of-pocket cost for that windshield. Additionally, you can customize your discount based on how you drive and save as much as 20% on your auto insurance with Drive My Way. And for the most savings, bundle your home or renter's policies with your auto, camper, umbrella, ATV, UTV, motorcycle, boat, snowmobile, business, and even life insurance policies. Let the insurance advisors at Ashby Agency and Associates help you save today.
Call Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at 385-383-3117. Again, that's 385-383-3117. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance. We're really going to have to work on that last part.
Uh-huh. I'm going to be in trouble because you accused me of not having any actual Halloween traditions.
No, it's not that. I mean, I've been yelling at you for that for 6 months now. I don't have a bone to pick with you right now because you did stuff for Halloween, most likely.
I have a bone to pick with you, Spencer.
There we go.
No, I always do Halloween stuff.
Have a bone to pick with you.
Dude, I know it's not a real meat bone because you don't use real meat.
Hey, no. You ratted me out.
Day-old leftovers.
You ratted out to my temporal and spiritual leader, Kenny P.
I had to start your repentance process.
You told him the secret to my chili.
So
Uncle Dave's family secret.
I didn't actually understand what was happening because we have a group chat. And I'm not going to spoil this, but you were going to a chili cook-off, or you were going to some ward chili event.
Yeah, the ward Halloween party.
And there was going to be a chili voting booth where, best chili, sweetest chili, spiciest chili, whatever. Well, you then, without sending any pictures, and maybe Spencer, you were clued in, I wasn't. You said, hey guys, I'm going to submit my chili, so I'm getting it ready. You said, should I call it Aunt Wendy's or Grandma Wendy's chili? And I was like, oh, which one sounds like more like home cooking? I was like, honestly, Aunt Wendy's sounds like it would be pretty solid. I feel like that'd be pretty good. Not thinking that maybe you had a relative named Wendy, not knowing where this was headed. So please describe what you did.
I'm not a big chili fan. All right. I should preface that. But
is it a tier 3 soup? Or stew?
It's tier 3.
Where do you draw the line between soup and stew?
I think the thickness makes it a stew. A curry. That's something else entirely.
Oh, that's like...
No. Curry just means gravy. Like it's a gravy or a sauce. If you ask me, chili is America's curry.
I feel bad for us.
No, that actually makes sense because
it does.
It definitely, it oozes on.
Look, I know KP is yelling at me right now because we talk about cooking, but it's tomato, onion, in a sauce form over lentils or beans in this case, and a meat with peppers. That is curry.
Yeah, but it's like loose sloppy Joe. Really, it's just too.
Really,
it's way too soupy. If you get a curry, yes, you're getting onions. You're getting a chicken or a beef in there. You're getting
it's the same.
A potato, but it's thicker. It's thicker pieces.
It is the same consistency if it's a good chili or a good curry.
You have some very good arguments, but that doesn't negate the fact that chili sucks.
Try eating your chili with naan.
Okay.
Some garlic naan.
Look,
or American naan, cornbread.
Your case is like ironclad. But anyway, I'm just saying, when my family won the cooking contest, the TV cooking contest, we beat a team of people that made chili. They made like the Cincinnati chili.
Why would they make chili on TV? It's the least appetizing looking dish out there.
I know. I'm like, you're handing us the victory already.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you this. I just called chili America's curry.
Mm-hmm.
Cincinnati chili, Skyline chili, is crappy pudding.
Well, I ate that.
Oh my gosh.
It's savory pudding.
Wait, what's the difference? What's in Cincinnati chili?
Cincinnati chili is a heavy chocolate base.
What? Wait, actually chocolate?
You
like mole?
Yeah, you put
sort of thing?
No, like mole.
Okay, sure.
It's more
got our own like Alton Brown here.
That's what we have Spencer for. Food expert.
Well, so Skyline chili, it's sweeter. It does have more chocolate to it. You use cocoa powder, which you do use cocoa powder in a traditional chili, but it's very heavy in the Skyline chili. It's a lot smaller chunks. Like almost taco meat, like Taco Bell taco meat, small.
Okay.
And it's served over spaghetti.
So I'm looking at a picture now, and every single dish, just to paint the picture, has a plate the size of a Totino's pizza. You've got, because you have to describe it there, you've got the spaghetti, you've got a chili layer on top, and it's covered in cheddar cheese. Does that sound about right?
Not melted.
Yeah. Honestly, that looks like spaghetti day in my elementary school.
Yeah, that looks like for us adults with IBS or minor IBS, like that looks like a bad time.
That's an atomic bomb.
Yeah, so is this something that tastes better? Like, does what makes it taste better, Spencer? Is there better meat there? Or do the noodles just really accentuate what's going on?
I'm not a Skyline chili expert. I am a curry chili expert. Like
there's no such thing as curry chili expert. There's no such thing. You invented that.
There is.
Literally
not when
7
we have,
minutes ago.
Not when we have our own Alton Brown. I'm just saying.
So they made for this cooking contest a pretty mediocre looking like chili casserole with noodles and cheese.
Oh yeah, yeah,
and they totally lost.
Well, yeah, because we broke out the Greek. Who doesn't like Greek?
Yeah.
You know?
So for some reason, your church ward says, "Hey, we're having a chili cook-off. Prizes will be awarded." Why didn't you just go, "Cool, I'll be there to have a small bowl"? Why did you feel the need to join in and make chili?
Because he's Josh.
Well, okay, a couple of reasons. One, I had every intention to make a chili, right? Because I do have. I'm
going to throw you under the bus.
No.
You texted me a week before.
Let me save face. Okay?
It's the most serious you've been in a while. Go on.
I know.
You texted me a week before and said, "I have the best idea."
Let me save face. But anyway,
knowing how this ends,
essentially what I did is Wednesday. The event, the cook-off started at 6. Okay. So at 5 o'clock, I drove down to Wendy's, and I bought myself Wendy's, or Uncle Dave, whatever. And
he'd be Grandpa Dave, by the way.
Yeah, I guess he would be, huh?
Yeah,
you got a Dave single while you were there at JBC.
No. I don't touch Wendy's burgers.
Oh, you're missing out.
What about chicken sandwiches?
Nope.
They're a nacho cheeseburger right now? It's actually pretty solid.
Oh, that is amazing.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
Like the crunchy bits?
I only eat Frosties from Wendy's.
Oh, don't get the pumpkin spice one.
No.
Very good.
Oh, terrible.
No,
terrible.
IBS was triggered by that. Anyway,
everything it sounds like.
I know, really.
Anyway, so Wendy's chili.
So I bought 10 large tubs of Wendy's chili.
Wait, how big is it? I don't think I've ever seen a tub. I only have seen the ones.
Well, it's not really
the ones that come with chili. The taco salad.
It's like 14, 15 ounces of chili. And they've actually gone down a little bit, but that's beside the point, which everything has.
I have to ask, how much money did you spend on this chili?
Like 40, $45 with tax, I think.
Do you know that if you just go in and say, hey, will you fill this with chili, they'll probably only charge you like $25.
Well, I don't know these things. I would have gone to the source and asked Dave, but apparently he died like 20 years ago.
Wait, Spencer, you're saying he shows up, walk into Wendy's with all these employees who hate their job and walks in with a giant pot and says, fill her up? How much to fill her up? And they're like, yeah, sure, whatever. You're going to get some cigarette butts in there too.
But let me know, Kent, let me highlight what you just said. A bunch of teen employees that hate their jobs. You just added some spice to their day. A story they can go home and tell their friends. Yeah, they'll fill it up for cheap.
That's what I'm doing next year.
Well, okay.
So anyway, yes.
Did you think you were funny when you're doing this, or were you just like, will people be able to tell that this is the chili they've had their whole life?
Because I hate chili, right? And
yeah.
I wanted to see if people could tell, and I just thought it would be really funny to see, where Wendy's chili stands within, the Mormon cookbook, right?
Josh, Mormons are the ones that love sweet pork, emphasis on the sweet from Costa Vida.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why it went so well, because...
Here's what I want. I want like a MTV pop-up video of your life, but every time you make a decision, we get to hear your wife's voice comment on what you're doing and what her thoughts are. What was your wife thinking or saying to you as you went to Wendy's?
That is a great
$50
point.
on chili?
Just be home by 6.
So she was like, sure, do it. Just be home on time.
Oh, no, she was laughing about it.
Okay.
But see, here's the thing, is when they did the cook-off, there were like 15 things of chili, right?
Ew.
So I felt a little bit better, right? Because they had 5 categories. Best overall, hot, spiciest, sweetest, most kid-friendly, and vegetarian.
Non-traditional.
Yeah, non-traditional vegetarian.
Curry chili, sure.
But
chili is curry. It is American curry.
It's not. It isn't. It is. That might be the title of today's episode.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct.
American curry.
But yeah, anyway, 15 chilies, right? Of people that took the time to throw it in the crock pot.
3 of those chilies were from Wendy's. I'm just putting it out there.
I don't know. There were a lot of like white bean chicken chili, crock pot.
What is it with like Utah, like that Sandy Draper area and
everything
a white chili?
I'm telling you, it's just
question.
It's in every.
No, it's white chili.
It's in every ward cookbook.
And they all think it's like super, super unique.
Was it? Did it win best overall?
No, actually it didn't. And I think it was our bishop that brought that, which, he didn't win anything. Anyway.
Of course he did.
Anyway, so I didn't think, though, with 15 other chilies that I was going to win, right? Because it's Wendy's chili.
Yeah, but this is also coming from the guy who played Cocaine Bear at a race.
True. I mean, I
doused himself in flour.
Kind of on a streak.
You're a little extra. Okay, go on.
So anyway, get to the, post meal and everything, and they're announcing the winners. They had all of these judges, right? They had the missionaries judging it. They had, the bishop and other people.
Yeah, 18 and 19-year-old boys are great judges in taste.
I mean, whatever. But we get to the announcement of the winners, and I won sweetest chili.
Yeah.
And I won a gift certificate to
Wendy's?
No, thankfully. It would have been ironic, right? Actually to what's the cookie place?
Doesn't matter.
Brave chip.
It's all the same. I Crumble. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much was the gift certificate?
I think it was good for like one thing of cookies.
Oh,
so $20.
Yeah.
Okay.
And how much did you spend on the chili again?
Yeah, I basically got 50% off,
Oh, that's what you're looking at. Okay.
If we're doing girl math here.
Yeah,
but
don't do that.
Yeah. Josh math.
But then here's the other thing, though, too, is when they announced the overall winners, I came in second place.
Oh my gosh.
And the thing is,
you didn't tell us that.
No. Well, see, and the thing is then I had a couple of the judges that came up and like, oh, I voted yours number one. That was like the best.
They're so bland. Their taste buds are so boring. Well, okay. What would you have done if you won? Would you have actually just been like, I actually have to confess this. Like, this is not okay. I've done something wrong here.
No, this is Josh. He would have doubled down.
No. See, okay, here's the thing though. I'm not keeping the gift certificate. Like I would feel bad, right? Plus, if I ate even like a quarter of a crumble cookie, I'm getting the diabetes, right?
Yeah, right.
So we're actually giving it to our neighbor who just had a baby. So,
okay.
So I'm like, okay, like
I'm
back in heaven now. All right.
No, that's what it takes. A
Yes.
crumble gift card. Welcome, Josh.
Well, you know why Wendy's has chili, right?
Dave said, "Hey, we've got baked potatoes. What do we do with these?" Chili.
No, the baked potatoes came after the chili.
Okay, you know the history of their.
Thanks, Alton.
The chili was a byproduct of Dave looking at the leftover hamburgers at the end of the day and wanting to reduce food waste. So if there was any unserved but cooked patties at the end of the day, it went in the fridge and they would chop it up and put it in with ketchup and beans the next day and serve quote unquote chili.
That sounds like a...
No, this isn't a Peak Slime thing. This was on the official History Channel documentary of Dave Thomas.
That sounds like a Depression era trick.
It really does, but I respect him for it. Josh, why are you mad at Spencer?
Because he ratted me out to Kenny P. So this, we're recording on Sunday right now. Mm-hmm. So this morning, I went to go set up chairs at the chapel, and Kenny's like, so Spencer told me about your Uncle Dave's chili. I'm like, Spencer.
You didn't even try to deny it.
Yeah.
You didn't even try.
I know. I mean, he's my temporal and spiritual leader, right? Like, I can't lie. But
so the way that went down, Kenny, for those that don't know, Kenny P, not only was my former neighbor when I lived in Josh's neighborhood, but he's also one of my best friends at work. So he is the Joel to my Kent.
Okay, understood.
So we were texting on Saturday, and I was like, did you go to the chili kickoff? He's like, no, but I heard Josh won. And I said, well, I just have to tell you his recipe. And I sent him the picture of your Wendy's.
That's getting back to the bishop.
And he said, I did say, to be fair, he probably spent more than he won, which was true. And he sent me the screenshot of him texting you to say, hey, we're setting up chairs, serve the Lord by setting up chairs. And you can bring some of your famous homemade chili I've heard so much about. And he did say this was your last chance to repent. So I'm glad you did. I saved your soul. You're welcome.
I like how you're upset at Spencer, right? Mildly upset, like the mild taste of Wendy's mediocre chili.
I can't do this next year.
Spencer doesn't apologize. Spencer doesn't even say, I shouldn't have said anything out of turn. He says, I saved your soul.
You're welcome.
Look, I don't know if I can ever be mad at Spencer because I'm just going to get some judgment lesson. You are welcome. You are
I'm going to be honest. It is probably my deep-seated insecurities of not winning my own chili cook-off, even though my recipe takes me 24 hours to cook.
Oh, yeah, because you lost to a vegan chili, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that is not cool.
Yeah.
And that was the last straw. We moved out of that ward.
Spencer, yeah, I would do.
What was in your chili?
Reason. What was in your curry chili?
What was in my curry chili?
Yeah. Your all-American curry.
I grind my own ribs, my beef ribs. To give a beefier taste, I let that... The trick is to layer everything, and I use my own ancho pasilla chili blend.
Yes.
So I will dry those out myself.
Like I know.
And then I will... ancho and pasilla chilies are just different names for dried chilies. I think it's Anaheim pepper and guajillo pepper. When you
still lost.
When you dry it out, it changes the flavor. Ancho, I think, is actually... No, Chipotle is actually dried.
So you lost to the vegan
peppers.
chili.
Anyway, Yes. Yes, I did.
You put more thought into describing what an on-show chili does than Josh did in buying his chili.
True.
Well, Spencer, maybe you could convince me to like chili.
I'll make you some. I will make you some of my chili.
Wait, not Josh?
No, Josh, I'm just going to go to Chick-fil-A and get him some chili.
Do they have chili at Chick-fil-A?
No, but they have taco soup, and that's close enough for Josh.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I wouldn't know the difference.
Okay. Well, Josh,
you know
do you feel better? I mean, I know you didn't get a I'm sorry, but you got a you're welcome.
Yeah,
Josh, here's what you need to do next year, okay? I'll redeem myself in your eyes by giving you an idea of what to do next year.
There's still no apology.
No,
just go out and buy a can of every brand of chili and combine them all together in one bowl.
Oh, I love this. It's a chili suicide.
Yeah.
My brain is like working overtime over here. Anyway, I don't know. It was fun though. You know, I'm kind of glad though. You know, we're past the Halloween stuff and it's November.
No, I'm not glad. It's not December. It's only November, so we don't need to get into holiday stuff yet. We're totally fine.
No. I hate to inform you, but we've already turned the other store into the Christmas store.
Hey,
so
not even a Thanksgiving store?
Well, we have some Thanksgiving stuff up there as well.
Listen, if I go to the page and I hear Mariah Carey singing, I'm leaving the page immediately. So,
don't go there right now.
We do have Thanksgiving stuff up, despite the fact that Thanksgiving is my least favorite holiday.
It's a holiday of food, Spencer. Sometimes they don't understand.
I know.
Wait a second. Mr. Alton Brown just geeked out about food over here, and you're like, oh, I don't like things.
The Hypno chili and the on-show chili and the... Yeah, I'm sorry.
Look, I can make a turkey that will blow your mind.
Then do it.
Okay? 5 different ways.
Do it.
I can have that turkey over, under, and on you in ways that you can't describe. Okay?
I'm never going to touch turkey ever again now. Thank you.
I'm going to, in ways I didn't know I could. Anyway,
I was just going to say really quick. If you go to the other store, we have the Christmas, we have some Thanksgiving stuff up, and we have discount from today, which is November 1st as of the airing, to Saturday the 4th. And then we will have some sales on Black Friday and everything as well. But
cool.
Grab your merch, grab the Christmas stuff, grab just the regular shirts and everything. So we'd love to see some shirts and some hats out there.
Speaking of show support, we actually have a few new patrons we want to read off as well.
We actually do, and we want to say just a huge thank you to our 3 new patrons. First off, we have in the More Than Friends of the Show, so that's the $15 tier. We have both Paula Greenwell Mollis.
Paula!
Welcome.
Awesome.
Yeah,
hey, Paula.
Paula. And we have Lord and Lady Snarfingham. So
I still am convinced Juno has a crush on Fezzik. She's got a poster of him on her wall, which is also our bedroom wall, so it's kind of weird.
No judgment, but silently judging. So welcome you two to the More Than Friends tier.
Oh, awesome.
So this is the tier that gets the monthly bonus episodes, which they would be getting all of the scary stories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we did
the 10 Nights of Fright.
Yep. So you'll get that. You'll get the November one coming up here shortly. So thank you. And then one last one. We have a new Friends with Benefits. I want to welcome the one and only Dave Kelly. So
hey,
Dave.
Welcome.
Yeah.
This isn't because I made fun of you on the Cantina, right?
Probably.
It's because he's missed lunch with us. So I'm a little upset.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Dave, your next bacon wrapped chimichanga is on me.
Yeah. Are we trying to bribe him?
I'm not buying it for him. He can eat it off of me.
What? Okay, guys. Okay.
Moving forward here. So, guys, anybody who is interested in joining our Patreon campaign, it's easy. Just go to patreon.com/The Other Show. You can join. We have $5, $15, $25. You get the certain benefits, whether it's the bonus episodes. You can get the weekly, the other show. So whole bunch of fun stuff.
Perfect. Okay. Well, guys, we're going to switch it up a little bit. We do have a serious topic to talk about right now, which is kind of deviating from what the other show normally does. But there was some shocking news over the weekend that we did want to discuss because, yeah, it's affected a lot of, I would say, our generation.
Yeah.
And it's something you don't really consider. And I know it seems a little like flippant to talk about celebrities and celebrity deaths, because how much does it really affect us personally, other than the fact that maybe we grew up with certain celebrities and there's meaning that it has to us. But specifically, I'm talking about the death of Matthew Perry. And, we don't want to talk too much about what all goes into that. News will come out as we know, but obviously we know of a turbulent history that he's had and with this sad death. But we do have joining us on the show, Coach Lou. Welcome to the other show.
Hey, guys. Thanks so much. I wish it was under better circumstances, but you're right, Kenny. It's we don't want to speculate. I think at this point, there's a lot of folks out there that know that Matthew Perry struggles with substance abuse and addiction issues, as do quite a few celebrities. And It's a sad thing because it takes a lot from us. I mean, we've lost some great people, maybe cut their years of entertainment off at a time when, man, we need this. But Matthew Perry's death kind of hits people a little bit deeper. And I think almost to the point where we're talking like Robin Williams-esque, with his mental health issues and things.
Yeah.
And I saw a post not too long ago of people saying what celebrity death has hurt the worst. And hands down, so many people said, Robin Williams.
Right.
For various reasons, right? I mean, he portrays a very happy, jovial kind of, comedic guy, and we all grew up with him. And then to see him pass away under such heavy circumstances, it's hard. But I'm noticing that Matthew Perry's experience in death is kind of having that same feeling I'm seeing a lot because we grew up with him. He was one of our friends. And I was telling Josh recently, that when I was getting sober and I had to cut off all of my friends, this is circa, almost 20 years ago now. Well, over 20 years ago, I should say almost 25 years ago.
Wow.
My only friends were Monica, Chandler, Ross, Phoebe, on Friends.
Yeah.
I spent an hour with them a night, as I'd come home from work and I didn't have any friends. I'd watch them for an hour, then I'd go and try to, reshape my life. So I felt real connected to these folks in a really kind of strange way. But I want to shoot this past you guys, and then I'll exit stage left. But, when a celebrity passes away like Matthew Perry, we all kind of experience a sense of loss, for a few reasons. I mean, for me and for so many people, Matthew played a significant role in my life. He became part of this cultural landscape and contributed to a very, very inclusive shared experience. If you think about it, we all love his comedy and his talents, and that he had. He inspired us, and he really kind of led to some deep emotional connections, which might sound silly for just a half-hour sitcom, but again, we all kind of invested in this. So what I think is when we have these kind of situations, we might feel like we almost know them personally, even though we don't. But their presence in our lives kind of provides that sense of comfort and familiarity, which we all kind of seek out there, right?
Right.
And so whenever a celebrity dies, especially someone that we had that connection with, it can disrupt that connection and leave us kind of in mourning for the loss of someone that we felt connected to, even if it was kind of at a superficial level. Does that make sense? And so it really does serve as a reminder of our own mortality as well. Like, oh my gosh, 53 years old, that's such a young age. And it brings that fragility of life and, that rationalization that nobody is really immune to death, and none of us make it off this planet alive. So it's kind of like,
it's so true, right? There's celebrities that die that are in their 90s, right? Bob Barker in the past couple months, and he was 99 years old.
Oh yeah, I know he did die.
I'm so sorry, Josh. If I was the one to just throw that at you, I'm so sorry.
I totally forgot. I just thought he was immortal. So
he kind of was, but 99. And, we all kind of go, oh, man, Bob Barker. I remember skipping school and watching Price is Right. We do have that shared experience. But we also think, hey, 99 years old, we get it.
That's a lot. Right? Well, it's kind of like Mr. Rogers, where you grew up with him. He's comfort food. He's somebody you knew and helped shape your childhood. But at the end of his life, you do grieve that he's gone. But at the same time, he lived a good life, and you're happy that you had him, but you're happy that he's ready to move on to the next adventure. right?
Meanwhile, like you were talking about, Blue, you have someone who's 53, 54, growing up on a TV show that we watched every week, 22 episodes a year. Like, this wasn't just binge watching TV that some people are like, oh, check that out in a couple seasons when the whole show is available. It's like we watched it every week almost for 10 years in a row. And we always kind of saw ourselves, whether he was or not, as our age. And it is that shared experience for us, I think. And you know, social media becomes a little false, but you still see these posts where it's like, you know, rest in peace. And it's like, oh yeah, we all kind of feel that need to mourn publicly that way. Because like you said, it did, even though we didn't know him personally, most likely, we felt like it did.
Well,
absolutely.
It was really interesting watching my timeline because I had a few of those posts, and I had a couple that were pretty eye-opening. Well, one in particular that was very eye-opening, where one of my friends ran into him, and it was so excited, you know, to meet Chandler or whatever, and she was with her husband, pregnant with their first child and everything, and it wasn't really until after she asked for the picture that she realized that he was actually on a field trip with his rehab group. And he was, you know, very kind of, you know, at a very low point in his life. And so she never shared that because she felt ashamed of that picture. And she always wanted to apologize, you know, to him and everything. And she posted this picture and just, you know, basically kind of thanked him, you know, same way as, you know, Blue was mentioning with, you know, being that friend, but also for tackling those issues, because that I can only imagine how tough it would be for a celebrity, and that's probably a conversation for another show. But that amount of pressure, holy cow!
So do you guys know much of his history? Like when he hit fame in his mid-20s to late 20s? And I don't think we knew this until years maybe into the show or after, where he talked about his weight loss and gain was attributed to alcohol and drug use, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
yes.
And so a lot of us, we just kind of watch the show. We're like, oh yeah, he's looking different, or he's acting a little more spontaneous or whatnot. But you know, maybe from an outsider's point of view, having never been famous, I mean, outside of 2 podcasts, right? That fame can really be that drug that also leads to a more open lifestyle. That I don't know, maybe that pressure hit him in that way.
Yeah. From what I've known from his book and the memoirs that he just wrote a book last year, and it's actually very good, and it goes into depth of some of his addiction issues. And the one thing that I notice is that when a lot of these actors and whatnot, they have major anxiety, and you'd never know it with their, you know, with whatever role they're playing, because they do it so amazingly. But so many of them struggle with anxiety and some self-conscious issues and some self-worth issues that you know, substance abuse is almost hand in hand. And you know, it's a heavy thing. He goes into depths in talking about him feeling, you know, like he doesn't belong there, and that there was this situational issues that popped up that, you know, maybe I'm not as good as so and so, comparing himself to other people. So it's a sad thing. But the one thing I wanted to let the listeners know is mourn for Matthew, but then go back and watch the humor. That's the one thing he even says in his book, is that he truly wants people to laugh. And that's what he prided himself on. And if you go back and you watch some of the, you know, the clips and the old shows from Friends, he had a great chemistry with those folks, and his facial expressions, his attitude, everything was there, and he did it for you, the viewer. So mourn, feel the sadness, but then go and celebrate, you know, that we still have this part. It's kind of a cool legacy that he gets to leave. Which, well, not all of us, you know, other than your 2 podcasts and my 2 podcasts and Josh's 2 podcasts and, you know, Spencer's 1 podcast, we don't have for out there to be in the ethos forever. So it's kind of a cool thing to reflect on. But mourn, but then go and have some laughs.
I love that.
Yeah, me too.
I'm actually kind of bummed that this is the first time we've had.
I know.
Guys are all sad now. You're like, well, thanks, Blue. Now we got to talk about funny stuff.
No, this is when we take phone calls and we just sabotage everything. But no, truly, Blue, you did join us for the other show, and there is a wildly different story that you told on that.
Yeah.
So, it may be a little past its prime now because it's now November, but Everyone who's a Patreon member can go listen to that. But Blue, we're going to have you back on for sure.
Anytime,
for different reasons. And you know what? They're going to be cheerful too.
Let's go.
Yes.
But maybe 70% sad. Who knows?
No. I'll be gone for some time in February. For a happy reason. We can be sad that I'm gone, but for a happy reason, Blue.
There we go. Thank you. What big shoes to fill, Spencer? Literally and figuratively. Yeah.
Actually, it's just
those are tiny.
10 and a half.
Yeah, never mind. Exactly the same.
Yeah.
I'm a 13 and an 11.
Wait. Oh,
what?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I have two.
That's right.
Like, yeah,
That's
my
right.
left foot is a size 11 and my right foot is a size 13.
That's why you're always running in circles. Like, yeah, I understand now.
Yep.
Okay.
Your toes were cut off, obviously, right?
No, they're. I got one clown foot and one regular dude foot.
We are going shoe shopping. I want to be there for that.
We washed one on ice.
All right. Before you guys get into all of that stuff, I'm exiting stage left.
This is a good time to do it.
Yeah.
I party with him in the back, and I know this is going somewhere
Josh?
deep. So we'll see you guys on the flip side.
Thanks again, Blue.
Thanks, Blue.
See ya.
All right. Josh, I have some advice for you. I've actually, this is like Spencer, like
Okay.
Disneyland advice, okay? So I know people that will buy shoes on Amazon. They'll buy 2 pairs of the same shoe and then just return, because they have 2 sizes different feet. They'll return the mismatched pair they're not going to use, and Amazon never knows.
I see. I love that idea, but at the same time, I would be the first one that would get caught. Like, I just know I would.
No, they do not check. They just check that the items are in there. They do not check the different sizes. I know there's like Facebook group for like shoes.
I think this is the best advice that you've ever given.
This is the only like legitimate, like more on the light side of the gray area and the dark side of the gray area that I share. So,
oh my gosh, Spencer is being helpful.
Words my wife has never said.
Okay, once again, thank you, Coach Blue, for joining us. It's the first time I've been able to record with him, and obviously a very sensitive topic, but it's great having him on the show. Like, I hope that we do a lot. So, Spencer, whenever you leave, hopefully not soon, just for a little bit, we'll have him back.
And I will be coming back.
Yes, indeed.
I will be back.
I'm glad that we've established that.
We won't have any jokes about anyone replacing you or anything. No big deal. But yeah, thank you, Coach Blue.
I'm only really worried if Zach comes on.
Yeah, I mean that's the
that's the death now.
But with all that, let's show. I think we have a phone call, right?
Yeah, we do.
Let's jump into that.
Hey guys, it's Wade. Quick question: Kenny D, when you were your Baconsale podcast, you guys had Lindsay on. She grew up in Carbon County. She did all those ghost stories. My question for you is, do you think she'll be back on Baconsale, or did you go on a date with her and she friend zoned you after that? And Kenny, it was good seeing you at FanX. Josh, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. Spencer, what's up? Have a good day, guys. Thanks.
Speaking of ghost stories.
Wow, he just came right out and asked. This is real background Baconsale, guys. Dude, do we want to know?
Yeah.
Tell us how the bacon's made.
Yeah, because there's a lot that I missed over a 2.5 year period.
So. No, so you guys actually remember, and I don't want to speak about her too much because she's not here, and I don't want to be like, oh, hey, let's talk about her or whatever.
She was the actress, right?
Well, she was in plays, but she was not the actress. The actress was a whole different person entirely, but and has only been on the show once during our Les Mis show. But Lindsay actually joined us for the, I think, Woman Crush Wednesday and Man Crush Monday shows. And then she did a Scary Story episode. She was there the night we all went ghost hunting together in October 2019.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of.
Remember?
Andy.
We went to Denny's.
Oh, yes.
Oh, this is a ghost
this
story.
is truly a pivotal point
We
for all of us.
we finally brought up Andy. I've been waiting.
Yeah, Andy from
like
Denny's.
4 years to talk about him.
So would you rather talk about Andy
that's
than
bad.
Someone else?
I mean, me personally, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad.
Wait, so should I not talk about this anymore? Do you think it's going to be cursed if I mention it?
No, the only thing that I can say from that night is multiple ghosts were made, but they were resuscitated. Like souls re-met
Well,
bodies.
I'll say this.
friends?
Yeah, no, truly, like the ghosts weren't dating ghosts. They were like friendship ghosts that were all saved. We were all saved.
And it all sounds like Lindsay's fault at this point.
No. Yeah, no, definitely not.
I mean,
fault whatsoever.
We could gaslight her. I mean, that's kind of the theme of the night.
So
we could blame Andy.
Yeah, it's Andy's fault. Sure, it's his fault for 20 years of that behavior.
And right now, our friend Andy is wondering why
don't mention me.
piling on him. It's not you, Andy.
I'll just
it's
say
other
this.
Andy.
There was a time on Baconsale, and anyone who's listened for any amount of time knows that I'm this scoundrel, that anytime we had a female guest on the show, I would ask her out, right? That I was like all gung-ho and ready to date. It was my first couple years of dating. And so if we had a female and they weren't married, I was like, hey, you want to be friends on Facebook? And then you want to go on a date? And that's kind of how it worked. Well, it came to this point where we met Lindsay, and she's delightful as a person, absolutely delightful. And she was on the show, and of course I got a little crush. And I was like, hey, Joel and Jake, what would you guys be mad if I asked her out? And they said, you're not allowed because you're going to ruin, well, she's a delightful part of the show. You're not going to ruin this for the show. Like everyone else you've taken out, they want nothing to do with Baconsale anymore. So you cannot take her out. And I was like, yeah, but what if I do? And so truly, we just were really good friends. And, because, it's just like, I didn't have that kind of agenda with her. I was like, sure, there was a crush or whatever. But then she was actually quite helpful on the night where ghosts were created. I like that. That's another thing. Yeah. She was a very good listener considering she was there the night before. So was she
more than friends, or was she friends with benefits?
She's not in Patreon. I don't know what you're talking about.
How much a month was she paying?
I guess what I would be if she were paying for my Patreon, it would be friend zone, because that's what I was.
Oh, so
I'd be paying her to be in her friend zone.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
We have a few of those.
Yeah.
I think I mean we can point out, has she been on Baconsale?
No, she once COVID hit, a lot of things just changed.
Yeah, COVID.
And we haven't really talked in a while. And even if we did, like she did help me with the story that I wrote for Baconsale, the radio play, which is pretty good. But since then, we haven't really talked a ton. So it's just one of those like, time passes and you kind of just separate. But super cool person. But that's the story.
So what emoji's next to her phone number in your phone?
Deleted. Jeez.
Oh. So we're never going to get her back.
And I would like to, because
Lindsay, if you're listening now, we were advocating.
You can call my hotline and leave your number if you'd like.
Yes, yeah, because she listens. Anyways, let's stop talking about me real quick. So wait, is that our phone call?
Yep, that's it. And that was great.
I know.
I had no idea that there was that tie-in.
I'm trying to think of if there's any women in my life that I want just cut out completely that I can like.
Wait, you're saying I would be the cause that there would no longer be a connection?
No, you'd make it awkward enough that they wouldn't want to connect or talk.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
That's a skill you could put on your resume.
It is.
Looking to eliminate any friendships? I'll date them.
Yeah.
That's a billboard right there.
It feels like I'm jumping on the grenade for you. Yeah.
I mean...
Oh, this is a service we could charge for.
So here's the thing. I do want to finish. I know we normally do with entertainment stuff, and we haven't done this for a while, but it's November. And I want to talk about the movies that are coming out this month. Maybe not till the end of the year, but just November. There's a few big ones. I want to see if you guys even care about movies, because a major one was pushed back till next year, and we'll talk about it when I talk about the end of the month. But
that one hurts still.
And because of the strikes, plural, we don't have that many good movies. But I'm going to kind of go off of the major ones. I mean, obviously, there's like a ton that come out each weekend, but for the major ones, it really doesn't start. And maybe Spencer, I know you're looking at a list too, but till the 10th of November. And I'm going to get right into that, because then we have, I would say, two bigger movies, like one indie and one blockbuster. And the indie one is a Nicolas Cage one called Dream Scenario. And
I would have said that was the blockbuster.
Yeah,
one.
Because people actually care about
A24 is mainstream now.
Not yet. They're getting there though. Josh, do you know anything about Dream Scenario?
No.
Okay, so picture this.
None.
You'll have to watch the trailer because it's pretty entertaining. It's Nicolas Cage. He's this balding college professor, just super boring guy. And all of a sudden, he starts appearing in everyone's dreams throughout the world, in different kinds of dreams, horror dreams, funny dreams, sultry dreams. He as this boring guy, and wherever he's from, is just in everyone's dreams. So he becomes a celebrity, and it's an A24 movie, so it's going to go to some weird
kind
places,
of overnight.
It's going to be similar to like being John Malkovich, but A24. So.
I love that Nicolas Cage is kind of embracing the meme-dom that is his career
and I think
now.
he's in a good phase of his career. Totally.
I think he's in a healthy place in life.
I think so too.
Still buying like rare books for hundreds of thousands of dollars when he can't
for
afford
sure
that.
he is.
Yeah.
Action Comics #1.
I think he paid off his IRS stuff. So I think he's just kind of doing movies that he wants to do.
He's not going to be stealing the Declaration of Independence anymore.
Hey, wait for #3. That's going to come out eventually.
Going to be still in the Bill of Rights.
Yeah. But here's a movie that I want to know if you guys care, Spencer specifically, The Marvels. This is Captain Marvel 2. And this is, now who we have in this is Brie Larson. You have Teyonah Parris, who plays What's-Her-Face from WandaVision. You have Milan Volati from Miss Marvel on Disney+. We have 2 Disney Plus shows, and Captain Marvel, which made over $1 billion in 2018, I believe. And now we finally have the sequel. And do we care?
No.
Why not?
I think in the last year, more so for most fans, for me, this was after Endgame, Marvel's managed to kill almost all goodwill I've had towards them.
Okay. Wait, is it through the TV shows? Is there just too much going on? Is it the quality?
There's too much going on. Well, and with the Marvels, I don't want to sound like that person that's just nitpicking and harping on Marvel, not the Marvels, but Marvel. But they put 3 characters that nobody really cares about in this movie. So I'm not excited. I haven't seen much excitement online for this. I thought you were going to say the 2 big movies on the 10th were Dream Scenario and It's a Wonderful Knife by Shudder.
Oh, yeah, no, with Joel McHale. I'm looking at that now. I like that
With Joel
the
McHale
Shudder movie. Think it's going straight to streaming, but yeah.
I'm actually really excited about this. The premise of this actually sounds kind of fun, where it's the wonderful life story, but instead of seeing all the people's life that they've changed for the better, this person sees all the lives that she saved by them not getting murdered. So you see the slasher film playing out in this kind of alternate. It's a cool concept.
Okay. Obviously, I'll be caring about that more than
I think you should be talking about Blue. So
yeah. But Marvels will be
based on his dreams, yes.
Possibly one of the bigger movies of the month. It's not going to make anywhere near the $1 billion the first one made. It'll make a probably plus 500 million, which honestly for them will be losing money.
Let me ask you. In November, there's 2 franchises that are coming out with a new movie in the IP. The Marvels, or do you care more about that, or The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes?
Which is the very next Friday.
what about Good Burger 2?
Oh,
I care about that one.
well, yeah, we all care about that. Oh, yep, that comes out on the 22nd.
End of the month.
I was going to say, I'm like, you
Okay.
didn't sell that very well.
We
no,
because we're not to the 22nd yet, Josh. You're skipping a bunch of movies like Next Goal Wins and Saltburn, and
so Hunger Games really has no hype behind it. They did release a book. This is a prequel book, and nobody liked the book. And it's just different from the heyday of young adult fiction, when every movie could do pretty well, when the books would sell really well. No one cares about this story. And it kind of has a curse. It has Rachel Zegler in it, and nobody likes her right now. To the point where Disney pushed back her Snow White movie a year and is repurposing the movie. What? Go on.
I'm just going to...
I was just going to say,
Josh.
I thought it was because they had to CGI the dwarves.
Yeah, that's their story. But the movie was ready to go.
The movie was ready to go, and they completely changed the dwarves.
No, I think that Disney knows that they're going to lose money with people that speak a little too openly, with celebrities that just kind of have attitudes. I think it has a lot to do with the movie. I think they may try to make it a little more palatable for general audiences.
If they did not learn that in 2019 with Captain Marvel, they did not learn that lesson now.
You're probably right. But
it's the issues with, and this is what I wanted to talk about, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs live action that I'm not going to see anyway. Right. They didn't have actual dwarfs in it. They just had a array of individuals.
7 magical creatures.
Well, they had one little person.
Yeah, they had one. And
Peter Dinklage went off on it.
Well, yeah, he actually said, this is so behind the times. I'm allowed to play these.
And he has a point.
He does, but guess what? He's also taking jobs away. Like 100%. Yeah. Now they're getting normal people to play these very horrific looking CG dwarfs. And
they're going to look terrible.
Yeah, they look terrible. But that has nothing to do with the Hunger Games. We can talk about that later. The Hunger Games is this, I think it's like the 10th actual games. But I just think the franchise is dead because once we got to Mockingjay Part 1 and 2, everyone's steam for the franchise had died. I don't think this is going to build it back up.
Oh, the steam for the franchise died for me after the second film.
Yeah, I actually really like Catching Fire. But that's where it stopped.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's kind of where it died.
But actually a movie that may make more than both of those, no joke, is Trolls Band Together, which is that same day.
Oh, yeah.
And because when Trolls 2 came out, which is a horrible movie, it came out right at the beginning of the pandemic and they released it straight to streaming. It was the first movie that did, and it made bank. Like people are like, oh yeah, do direct to video. And while this one isn't doing that, from what I can tell, it's still kids are going to want to see this in droves.
Keenan Thompson's going to be in that. Justin Timberlake.
I like that Keenan Thompson is a draw for you this month.
He is.
He is a draw for me every month.
He's got a double feature going on. I might just make it an afternoon for me.
You should. But do you think Justin Timberlake's current drama is going to drag down Trolls 2, or does the collective attention span of America drop off?
You already know the answer.
Don't see Justin Timberlake's face anyway. He's a troll.
No. Yeah, people may not like him, Spencer, but people have already forgotten about what Britney Spears said, and he is joined by NSYNC in this movie.
Leave Britney alone.
So the very fact that there will be a reunion will make people go, yeah, I don't like the guy too much, but tomorrow I won't even remember.
What about the Juggernaut film, or the Juggernaut movie, Please Don't Destroy the Treasure of Foggy Mountain, which is totally not a remake of Without a Paddle.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's not officially.
Yeah. We can skip right over that. There is a movie called Next Goal Wins, which is a Taika Waititi movie. This also comes out the 17th. And this is about the American Samoa soccer team that couldn't even score a point. And it's meant to be this funny sports farce, true story that Taika Waititi is directing. So I want to move right past that. So
wait, question. Yeah. What's his budget on this one?
It's actually pretty low. So
it might be good.
No, from what I'm hearing, it's pretty bad. But also, I don't like Taika Waititi. But no, when he does low budget, he gets it. I think he's
a Shyamalan of comedy.
Take it easy. Shyamalan has a better record.
But it's the same pattern. The lower the budget, the better.
You might be right.
I'm right. Sorry, I keep saying film, Zach.
Yeah. And real quick, just for me, there's a movie called Thanksgiving that Eli Roth is directing. And it's a Thanksgiving horror film. So I can't wait to see it. But let's go right to the date of Good Burger 2, which is the 22nd.
Yeah.
And
this is a big day.
It's a big day. I mean, people don't even want to see Wish, which is Disney's movie. They don't want to see Napoleon. They don't want to see Maestro. They want to see Good Burger 2.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
I like that we're taking ourselves seriously here.
I thought you were going to say that we just don't want to see Napoleon, period. No, if it's a choice between that and Good Burger 2, yeah, I'm going to go see Good Burger 2.
Well,
this is Kel Thompson's triumphant return.
You don't even need to go see it because it's on Paramount Plus.
Oh, well, then I don't have to wear pants to watch it. Great.
Meanwhile, I will be going to Napoleon, which is 3+ hours long. It's fine. No big deal. But yeah.
No, I am excited for Napoleon. That is one that I've been looking forward to for quite some time. Are you trying
to get Kenny to take you to the screening?
No, this is Ridley Scott with Joaquin Phoenix as playing the role of Napoleon. Joaquin Phoenix definitely does not get overly invested into roles.
That's sarcasm.
Yeah. But no, this one looks really, really good. It's one of the two good movies that look like something I do want to see.
The other one being
yes,
Wish.
Good Burger 2 Good Burger 2 does look scratch a nostalgia itch for me. But when it comes to good movies on that day, Napoleon is going to be the movie to see. Wish is already getting...
Yeah, I'm still trying to...
Good, that trailer was horrible.
Still trying to figure it out, too. But see, I had issues trying to understand what Encanto was. And I actually really did like it. So I don't know.
Do you want to say the plot of Wish, Kent, or do you want me to?
Go for it.
So the plot of Wish is that there's this magic kingdom where wishes are granted, but only through the king. So if you make a wish, it has to be basically processed through the king because he's the only one that's allowed to have magic. King is played by Chris
Pine
in the Disney Christmas.
Yeah, it's Chris Pine.
Yeah.
Yep.
The animation just looks a little undercooked for a Disney movie.
Sophia the First or Elena of Avalor, it is that.
Oh, so like a bad AI prompt or something. Okay.
Yes, precisely.
Yeah. And it's just recycled, generic, same movie Disney's been putting out for the last 3 years.
Yeah. It really does seem low effort, and I think it will be crushed, and that's fine by me.
Yeah.
Okay, so look, November is not super exciting. I'm excited for Napoleon. I'm so sad about Dune being pushed to next year, but that's okay. It's only a couple months away.
Ooh.
But at least I'll get to see it. But yeah.
What about Maestro?
Maestro will be a Netflix. It's Bradley Cooper trying to get an Oscar because he's playing
again.
Yeah, he's playing a composer, and so it will be a little overdone. I think it'll be overdone. I think it won't really get the awards. I think everything's headed towards Oppenheimer as far as we know.
Ooh.
So
I'm looking forward to December though. I'm looking at some of these films.
Okay,
Candy Cane Lane, man. We got an Eddie Murphy Christmas movie coming, so
can't wait. All right,
December does have some good movies. You've got Poor Things, which should be good. Wonka's one that families might enjoy, but it really comes down to between Christmas and December.
Yeah,
Rebel Moon and Iron Claw.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Ooh,
I'm just planting the seeds again that I really want to see Iron Claw if you get the chance, Kent.
Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
Nobody cares. Okay, so with all that, Josh, how about you take us out?
I better. You just listened to The Other Show with Kent Dunn, Josh Hansen, and Spencer Myers. The Other Show is produced by Kent Dunn, Josh Hansen, and Spencer Myers. Show design and auto editing by me, Josh Hansen. Sales manager, Spencer Myers. Please rate, review, and subscribe to The Other Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, or wherever podcasts are found. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X. To better connect with us and other fans of The Other Show, join our Facebook group, The Other Group. For past episodes, links to our other shows, and to shop for show swag, visit theother.show. The Other Show is generously supported by our friends on Patreon. A huge thank you to our friends with benefits. These friends are contributing $25 a month, which in return comes with some rather significant benefits. A huge thank you to KP Brown, our favorite Brit, Jonathan Vaskar, the lovely and talented Mrs. Robinson, Brandon from Popfly Cards, the one, the only Chris Anderson, Lady Terry A. Finley, proud Disney mom Tanya Budge, and Dave Kelly. To support The Other Show on Patreon, visit patreon.com/The Other Show. Contributors on Patreon can get both weekly and monthly bonus episodes, exclusive swag, and other fun perks. Again, visit patreon.com/The Other Show to join. And remember, when you're not listening to me here, you can hear me on my other show, The Party in the Back.
You can hear me on my other show, Baconsale.
And you can find me at the Good Burger home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?